I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about a item that I posted online called love language. In the caption I wrote, everyone's capacity to love is different. Everyone's desire to be loved is personal. The magic happens when the two coexist. Now, if you didn't find that deep, I surely did. That really spoke volumes to me. Yesterday, I was in a state of reflection, rest, and it just came to me. It was an epiphany. Some of the things that you require within a relationship may not be possible for the other one to give, i.e., it is not in everyone's capacity to love. Even though they love, they may not love you in the manner in which you feel fulfilled and that you find valuable. That may not be the language that they actually have learned. So, in order to show affection, sometimes you have to be able to do that. No, you must be able to do that. And the type of affection that one shows is greatly dependent upon their environment in terms of some of the things, or what are some of the things that they have experienced as a whole in order for them to form that availability and that opinion to show affection. And then again, it may not be the type of affection that you actually need in order for you to be able to feel loved, to thrive in the relationship, in order for you to say that, well, this is where I want to be. This is where I should be. Sometimes it takes a lot of time in order for this to happen. I dare say that it may not happen overnight, but then there is a certain thing called chemistry. Yes, there's chemistry. You can meet someone and the love language that you both speak is the same. They know what to say. They know how to touch you. They know what to do. It just matches. That might be called a soulmate. Who's to say what that is called? But I want to say I can guarantee, but I do know that it can happen. It can happen. So the other part of it was, what is it that you require? So every person's desire to be loved is different. What is it that you need in order for you to feel loved? Are you even able to express such a thing? We all know what we want. We all know what we desire. But sometimes it is very difficult to express that to the person that we need to express it to. We think that since I've been in this relationship for so long, they should know already what it is that I need in order for me to feel fulfilled in the relationship. And unfortunately, people don't have ESP. We're not mind readers. So then again, it becomes difficult for you to express that. The longer you are in a relationship, it's because now you feel that you don't want to rock the boat. You don't feel like you want to rock the boat, so you don't say anything and you continue to perpetuate lies and you stay there unfulfilled. And then you cheat. Simple conversation could have actually done the trick. So it's called love language. And I thought I wanted to delve into it a little bit more in terms of the 5 love languages. Let's explore them for a minute, shall we? Affirmation, words of affirmation. We spoke about affirmations before. Some of the things that are used to rewire the brain in order for you to feel more of a kind of person that you want to be. Believe it, speak it, become it. We've already established that. But let's look deeper into words of affirmations that a partner would use in order to show or to speak a love language. Appreciation, encouragement, affirmation, listening actively. Listening actively. That is not watching the Knicks game and eating food and call yourself you're listening actively. Your attention is divided. Active listening is with the intent to understand, process, and share and speak with the intent to learn something. Active listening. Some of the ways that you can show that would be send an unexpected note, text, or card. One of the main problems I find that individuals, including myself, we women like for our men to send us a note, a word of encouragement, even speak to us in the sense of lifting us up, giving us compliments, sending out a little text here and there, a little sweet little note or things of that nature in order to let us know that you are committed to being in the relationship or you are excited about being in the relationship. Not a text asking us to pick up some laundry, pick up this, some beer, or what's for dinner, or I'll be running late. That's nice too. Words of affection. Things to avoid: not recognizing or appreciating effort. It's not all about the thing. It's about the effort. It's not all about the end result. It's about the effort. The effort that you put into taking care of the house, the kids, cooking a good meal, or the effort in taking care of your husband, taking care of you. Acknowledging that with the little words of affirmation or appreciation will be key. The key. The key, a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. Physical touch. Language number 2. Nonverbal use of body language and touch to show love. Nonverbal use of body language. Touch to show love. A kiss. A hug. Cuddling. All of these things are very simple. Touch. Touch is a very powerful tool. There's nothing like being in a relationship where you are with someone and you feel so alone. You don't touch, you don't kiss, you don't hold hands. You are just there to serve a purpose, whatever that is, to cook, clean, take care of the kids. There's no affection. Dead. Dead. Ways to show affection. Nonverbal forms of communication such as touch, kissing, cuddling, sometimes they say spooning, whatever it takes. You have to touch your mate. It says that when a child is first born, you have to touch them. They desire that touch, the touch of the mother's hand. And those kids who are in these wards who don't have parents, they even employ people to come in to the maternity ward to hold the babies because those individuals that are void of touch, they become different type of people. They employ people to come in just to hold babies who don't have mothers to touch them. So you can imagine how very important touch is to the human species. How often do you touch your mate? When you're lying in bed, how often do you touch your mate? Are you on one side of the bed or the other? You get up and then you wonder why things are not going well within the relationship while the person is so distant. There's no connection there. That connection becomes with touch. Physical things to avoid: physical neglect or abuse. Abuse does not have to be verbal, it could be physical. Even the void of touch can be considered as abuse. Even the void of touch can be considered as abuse. Language number 3, receiving gifts. How to communicate thoughtfulness, making your spouse a priority. Making your spouse a priority. Gifts. It doesn't have to be an expensive gift. It doesn't have to be an expensive gift. It could be something that you know has a sentimental value. There's a thing called sentimental value based on conversations that you've had with your mate. Have they expressed a desire for certain things? Maybe a trip or something that you know that they found valuable in their childhood, and now is the opportunity for you to be able to show them that or buy them that or find that little thing that you know that brought them joy. It doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. Sometimes less is more. Give thoughtful gifts and gestures, expressing gratitude when receiving gifts. Gestures, even. Think, what have you learned over the years from about your mate that you know that they will value? Are you communicating? Do you know who you're with, or are you sleeping with the enemy? Do you know your mate? What do they find valuable? And put some umph behind it. Some of the things to avoid would be unenthusiastic gift giving, forgetting special occasions, anniversaries, birthdays. I'm not saying remember the time that they wore that blue dress. You have to remember certain things like your anniversary, especially if you've been married for over 10 years, 15 years. You should know what that date is. You should know what that date is. Again, it doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. It's just a matter of you being present, understanding who you're with, and what things that other person finds valuable. Number 4 will be quality time. Uninterrupted and focused conversation. One-on-one time is very important. Quality time. We're not saying quantity time. We're saying quality time because everybody knows that you have a life, they have a life, the two of you have a life together. So you have to figure out quality time. What are some of the things that your mate value? What do they like to do? To go, to eat. It doesn't take a lot. In this particular case, it doesn't take a village. It just takes two people who are committed to being together, who are committed to the process, committed to loving and honoring one another. So spend some quality time with your mate. It could be as simple as a little picnic. We're in quarantine. You can't go many places anyway. Figure out what you can do at home. Netflix and chill. A meal. You got takeout. Picnic. Living room picnic. Whatever it takes. Spend some quality time. Especially now that people are together in tight spaces longer than you wish. It may cause some friction being in quarantine with each other, and you may be sick and tired of being sick and tired. But figure out something that you can do as a couple, as a family, quality time, things that will bring everyone joy. Maybe you might have to try something new, something that you thought about doing and never had the opportunity to do it, or you think it's a little bit corny. Get out of your own head, put things in, execute certain things, and it most definitely probably, okay, it could bring you some great joy and would be an opportunity for you to create new traditions. How about it? Try something new. But whatever it is, we're not talking about quantity time. We're not talking about pit stops. We're talking about spending quality time with your mate that shows that you value them, something that they enjoy, you enjoy, and about starting new traditions. Create a special moment. Take small walks and do small things with your partner. Do small things with your partner. Distractions, things to avoid. Distractions when spending time together. Long time without one-on-one time. Avoiding your mate. Long times without one-on-one time. You're in the middle of your multitasking. You're texting, you're watching the games or TV. The mate is just there. You're distracted. You're not there. You're not focused. You're just doing it because you think you have to. We don't want people to do things because they have to. We want people to do things because they want to. It's a difference. And if you think the other person does not know whether or not you want to or you have to, you have lost your mind because we know exactly. We know where it's coming from. Okay. We know where it's coming from. So make sure that you know where it's coming from so you don't misconstrue the fact that you're getting over, because you're not. So another one would be number 5, act of service. Acts of service. Language number 5. Let them know you are wanting to help to lighten their loads. Don't you know how sexy it is when someone comes in and they do a load of laundry or cook a meal, help with the kids? Do you do that? Or are you expecting to come in, have the house clean, the kids well groomed, dinner on the table? You want to come in, you want to get undressed, you want to regroup, get a beer, you sit in your chair, and that is that. I don't care if it's a housewife. She's not your mama. Not your mama. Then you figure out, oh, as late at night, oh, she got an attitude. She don't want to be bothered with you. Really? Do you know what it takes in order to work, come home, take care of the house, take care of the kids? Overextending. Something has to give, something's going to break. Something has to give and something's going to break. So you figure out what it is that you think that you need from the relationship. So act of service does play a big part in it. For peak's sake, pick up something, run somebody some bath water. A little goes a long way. Actions to take. Make them breakfast, dinner. Go out of your way to help with chores. Things to do. I don't care if it's a housewife. Still and all, it takes a lot to run a household, to be a wife and a mother, a stay-at-home mom. It takes a lot out of you, mentally and physically. So it's going to be so very important for you to replenish. You have to replenish, help replenish what's being taken away, or else there's something's going to go missing, something's going to go lacking, and you may not like what that is. You may not like what that is. Figure it out. Things to avoid: lacking follow through on small or large tasks. Are you going to do what you say you're going to do? You don't follow through. You talk a good game, but there's no follow through. Small task, even big task. Can't trust you to do what you say you're going to do. Can't trust you to do what you say you're going to do. You don't follow through. No confidence in you. And that's a killer. If they don't find value in you, the relationship suffers. And you out of luck. It's very stressful to try to build rebuilding. So instead of you trying to rebuild a relationship, keep it smooth. Do small revisions. Small revisions to get it in this, to keep upkeep. We don't want to rebuild it. We want to upkeep it. You have to do your maintenance. Right, let's say that. You have to do your maintenance to maintain the relationship as you go, so that you don't have to spend costly repair bills because you just didn't do your maintenance. You didn't do your maintenance, so now now you have all of this high price bills that you have to, your losses. So you got to count you got to count your losses now. Too bad. So sad. So now those are the 5 love languages that you should definitely look into. And you want to make sure that you are on the same page as your mate. Are you speaking the same love language? It's going to be so very important for you to understand that. What is it that your mate desires to feel love? Are you doing that? What do you desire to feel love? Are they doing that? Come to terms on what they are, express them, and the relationship will be better because of it. The relationship won't suffer. The relationship will thrive. When the two coexist, the magic happens. I hope you gained something from this video. I wanted to make sure I made this one. I want you to put a little face. I want to put a little face on the words that I've said. Don't forget to check out my website, evesworld.net. evesworld.net. There should be some very interesting podcasts there for you, and I can guarantee you're going to gain something from it. Check out my blogs as well. I also have a new group that I'm forming called Imperfect Perfection. Just trying to figure out in what direction I want to go with that. Because I may make things very exclusive only for my members. Imperfect Perfection. Embracing the beauty that is you. Embracing the beauty that is you. So stay tuned for that. Be blessed. And stay woke.